Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am W2Best and I make videos about tech, travel and inspiration. I finally made it back to London after going to DJ in Oslo at an event called Winter Jump and then going straight to Berlin to dance Balboa at another event called Berlin Balboa Week. A really awesome trip, but I'm also super happy to be back to be able to start making content here and meeting all the people that I like in London again. Today we are finally gonna unbox and take a first look at the Hyperjuice 100W GaN Charger. So this is the USB charger that I've been eyeing for quite a while, but has been really hard to get your hands on. However, it was released in one of the stores back in Sweden, so I was able to get a friend that lives in Stockholm to buy one for me in store and bring it to Berlin so that I could get it. I couldn't find it anywhere in London, I couldn't find it anywhere in Berlin, or not even in the UK when looking for it online. But at Webhallen in Sweden you could get it, so he got it for me and it's right here. During last year, most of the time I've been using this USB-C charger. It's from LV Sun and it's a 90W USB-C charger. But the problem I've had with it is that, first of all, the cable is connected to the actual charger. Now it's also starting to get a bit worn and torn there. And then there's just one extra USB port. So if you want to charge multiple devices, this is not the best charger to use. And also, if I want to charge from my power bank, I can't detach this cable, so I would need to bring an extra USB-C cable to be able to charge from my power bank to my computer or any other device that needs fast charging. The other charger that I've been using is this one. This is a charger from Logilink, and this one has the USB-C port and then 3 USB-A ports, as you can see there. And since I can attach my Thunderbolt USB-C cable, I can also use this one to charge from my power bank to my laptop. However, this one is only 60 watts power, and my computer, the Dell Inspiron 15-7000, needs 65 watts of power to be able to charge while the computer is turned on. So if I would bring this one, the Logilink charger, I would only be able to charge my laptop when I've closed it so that it's able to get the sufficient amount of power, and when it's opened up, it's not going to be able to charge, it's not going to be able to work with that charger at all. Those were the main reasons for me to get the Hyperjuice charger. It has 100 watts power output, so it's easily able to power my Dell Inspiron 15-7000. And it has 2 USB-C outputs and then 2 USB-A outputs. There are a few other perks as well that we'll see when we get closer into the charger, but now let's unbox it and see what's in the box. Here we have the box a little bit more close up. As you can see, they are really pushing for that they were the Kickstarter most funded project. And this was a Kickstarter campaign from the beginning, and now it's starting to be released in regular stores. It also says here that this is the actual size of the charger, so we can see already from the outside of the package that this is the size that it's gonna have. We see that it has 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, and it has the US plug that folds out. But it also comes with 2 other plugs, so one for EU connectors and one for UK connectors. On this side we only have the Hyperjuice logo and the same on the other side. On the bottom we just have some specifications and serial number. And here it states all the USB-C charging info. On the back we got a bit of a description in a few different languages. So here it says that we have a 100W USB-C power delivery, 18W USB-A quick charge, then we have a built-in folding US wall plug, and we have EU, UK, AU adapters included. Let's open it up and see what we have inside. Alright, there we have the actual charger. And let's see what else is coming in here. Another box with potentially the adapters and maybe some other stuff in it. First, let's have a look at the accessories. We got the UK plug, which is handy dandy since I live in the UK currently. We've got the Australia plug, which I might make use of sometime in the future. So far, I've never been in Australia. We got the EU plug, which I will definitely make a lot of use for, both when I'm traveling to the EU and when I'm eventually back in Sweden sometime. And then we have this cloth bag that I actually didn't know was included, but oh, there's 2 cloth bags. Okay, so 1 cloth bag for the actual charger and then 1 for the accessories, I presume. Second of all, let's have a look at the actual charger. So we take this out of its packaging and we can see here that it comes with the folding US plug on the side here. It is wrapped in a bit of plastic, so I'm gonna take this off. And then we're able to fold out the US plug like that. And you can see that it is with 2 USB-C ports and then 2 USB-A ports. One thing that is interesting though is that it doesn't come with a cable. I wasn't sure about this, but I almost thought it would come with a USB-C to USB-C cable. But it's completely without cables, so you're gonna need to use the cable that you already have or buy a cable that you can use together with it. This is a bit of a pity since the charger cost about 110 euros, so I hoped it would come with a charge cable, but I have a USB-C to USB-C cable that I'm going to be able to use, so this is the one that I will use together with this charger. Let's make a bit of a size comparison between the Hyperjuice and my other USB-C chargers. Here we have the Hyperjuice, and it is a really lightweight charger. I don't have a digital scale right now, so I couldn't tell you exactly how much it weighs in at, but my guess is that it's somewhere around 350 grams. The Logilink is both a bit bigger and a bit heavier than the Hyperjuice. Although when you add the UK power plug, it becomes a little bit bigger, then you still need a cable with the Logilink, so it's gonna be a bit bigger altogether in the end regardless. The LV Sun charger is a lot bigger than the Hyperjuice, and the LV Sun is outputting 90 watt, the Hyperjuice is outputting 100 watt. The weight of these devices are pretty much exactly the same. Here you have all of my USB-C chargers side by side so you can compare them in size. GaN stands for gallium nitride, and that is the reason why they are able to make these chargers so small. Most microchips have always been made out of silicon, and silicon is inexpensive but produces quite a lot of heat. In this case, when using GaN, it produces a lot less heat during operation, which means that it can run more efficiently and be a lot smaller than the chargers have been before. That is the reason why this is a 60 watt charger when this is a 100 watt charger. Let's try the charger out for the first time. I'm gonna plug the UK plug onto the US connector here. It is very simple and comes on just like that. As you can see, the charger becomes a little bit bigger when you add one of these accessories. I have plugged the Hyperjuice into my UK wall outlet, and now I'm gonna plug the USB-C cable into the Dell Inspiron 15 and see how it works. This is quite interesting. Even though it says it's gonna output 100 watts, I got the prompt that I'm using a 2-week charger. The computer is not charging at all, although it recognized that I had plugged in a charger, but it's definitely not charging. I'm gonna try with the other USB-C plug and see if that works better. Again, it says the power adapter wattage for your system does not meet the minimum system requirements. Attach a supported power adapter with at least 65 watts. I am now at 76% and I'm gonna close the computer, let it charge for a while and see if I'm racing from the 76%. Alright, about 15 to 20 minutes have now passed and we were at 76% when I plugged in the charger. We are now at 91% battery charge. So this means that the charger is working when the computer is closed, but when it is running, it is not working. This means that it's probably, as it is now, not outputting the 100 watts that it promises to output, and I will have to experiment a little bit back and forth to see how I can make it work properly, and if it's not gonna work properly, I will probably have to return the charger. I just double checked the cable that I was using to charge my laptop with and realized that it's maximum 60 watt power delivery. So the reason why the Hyperjuice charger wouldn't work at first try is because of the cable and not probably because of the charger. So I'm gonna have to head out right now on a mission to find a USB-C to USB-C cable that can deliver 100 watts via power delivery. So time to get out and see if we can find one. I made it to Argos and bought a USB-C cable from Apple that should be graded up to 87 watts, so this should be good to charge. And it's also white, so it matches the Hyperjuice charger pretty well. I made it back, and that means we have a mini unboxing to make of this cable. We got some different papers, and we got the cable wrapped onto a piece of paper like this. Let's plug this one in and see if it works. It is time for the moment of truth, plugging the charger into the Dell Inspiron 15 7000. And right away you can see that it charges, but it's slow charging. It's clearly marked up with slow USB charger connected, but it's plugged in and it's charging. That means the problem I had from the beginning was with my cable only supporting 60 watts. This one supports 87 watts at least, and then it works just fine to charge the computer with the Hyperjuice. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but as soon as I plugged the charger in, there's this really high-pitched noise that started coming from the charger or from the charge port. This is something that I would find very annoying if it stays this way. I will be silent for a while so you can hear it for yourself. I unplugged the USB-C cable and then turned it around and plugged it in the other direction. And now it seems to be working without making that high-pitched noise. That's it for this unboxing and first try of the Hyperjuice 100W USB-C GaN charger. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will make sure to try this charger out a little bit more. I will most likely use it as my one and only charger when I'm traveling again in a few weeks. And then I will have used it in both European countries with the EU plug, in Britain with the UK plug, and then I will have had it like on the road together with my power bank and so on and so forth. So after a few weeks of using it, I will definitely come back with more of my insights about it. Until then, have a real nice day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!